Hey y'all, welcome to your practice today. We're going to start in child's pose, maybe spreading the knees wide, letting the forehead rest down and relaxing the elbows towards the earth. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and maybe open the mouth and sigh out as you exhale. And then just starting to close the mouth, cycling the breath in through the nose and then gently out through the nose. And we can choose to come here at any point during our practice today that we might need to rest and catch that breath. We'll begin to look forward towards your hands. Reach your right hand up and towards the sky, and then thread your arm underneath your left. Drop the right side of your face down towards your mat, and just feel the back of the right shoulder stretching out. If this is a lot on the body right now, you can lift the hips up a little bit higher. And then we'll stretch your right arm out long, stretch your left hand up high into the sky, and thread your left arm underneath your right, dropping the left side of your face down to the mat, and then sink into the posterior left shoulder stretch. And then we'll stretch your left arm back out long, look to your hands and walk your hands back to your knees. Bring the knees to close as we sit in hero pose. We'll tuck all 10 of our toes, so making sure those pinky toes are flipped under. And we'll just sit here and feel the plantar fascia stretch on the bottoms of the feet. Good. Connect in with your breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale out through the nose. And then we'll sit back onto our heels, so now stretching the front of our ankle, our anterior tibialis. We're going to start to lift up onto the knees, stretch your hands up high to the sky, and goddess pose the arms out to the side as you sink back on the heels. Inhale, back up tall, and then exhale, goddess pose, sit back on heels. So using the strength of the quads to rise you up, and then softly lower you down. We're going to take 2 more of these. Inhale up, exhale, softly lowering down. One more time, inhale up, and then exhale, softly lower down. Good. Trickle your fingertips behind your seat. Open up the chest and expand the back body, pulling the heart open towards the sky. We'll take one more breath in, and then as we exhale, we'll gently walk our hands right in front of our knees. So think about cat-cow here. We're going to exhale, move our chin to chest, tuck our tailbone, and round our back. And then as you inhale, flare your tailbone back, pull your heart open, and gaze forward. Good. Exhale, push on the hands, round the back. And then inhale, traction the hands back, open the heart. Good. Exhale, curl, tuck, and round, folding in on yourself. And then inhale, expand, open long. Slide your hands forward like you're going to child's pose. Lift your bum, drop your elbows, and then sweep your chest down to the mat. Big toe mounds down to the earth. We're going to use just the strength of the upper back to lift your back up. So like we're doing a low cobra, but no hands, and then exhale, wave back down. Inhale, rise up with just the strength of the back, and then exhale, wave down. One more time, inhale, rise up, and exhale, wave back down. Good. And we'll begin to tent our hands to either edge of our mat. Elbows flare up high to the sky. Maybe come up a little bit higher now using strong hands to lift you up, and exhale, wave down. Inhale, rise up, not feeling a pain in the low back, and exhale, wave down. And one more, inhale, rise up, and exhale, peel your chest back onto the mat. Good. On your next breath in, hands come by your side. We're going to stay on the knees. Everything lifts up at once into child's pose. Good. Slide your hands back towards your knees, rise straight up, and then exhale, sit back on your heels. Good. Inhale, rise up on the knees. Exhale, sink back on heels. 3 more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, gently fall. Inhale, rise. Exhale, gently fall. Elbows coming out wide. 1 more. Inhale, rise. And exhale, softly sink down. So now we're going to interlace all 10 fingers behind your back. And maybe keep the hands on the small of the back as you open the heart, or maybe knuckles reach closer to the floor. Or maybe they actually reach all the way down as you drop back and open the heart deeply. Open the throat. Feel some space that feels good to you. Keep cycling the breath. And then on your next exhale, walk your hands back in front of your knees. So this time we're going to take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to lift up onto just our toes and our hands, and then inhale, open up the heart, drop down. Exhale, lift up. Use the strength of the legs and core to rise you up. And then inhale, open the heart. Exhale, squeeze, curl, round in, lift up high. And inhale, open the heart. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, sink low, open the heart. Exhale, crunch up. And this time we're going to hold it for very slowly, lowering down. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Softly sink to the mat. Good. Sweep your hands forward into a child's pose. Drop your elbows to the mat. And then we're going to rise the hips as we sweep our chest down and through onto the belly. Big toe mounds find the floor. This time, pressing a little bit harder into the hands to rise you up into a lower high cobra. Good. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, wave back down. But still using the strength of that back body on each rise. Good. Exhale, wave back down. Now our fingertips are going to tent to either edge of the mat, and if it feels okay in the shoulders, as we inhale, rise up. As we exhale, drop your right shoulder towards the mat and look over your left shoulder and sink into a stretch. Good. Inhale, rise back up to center. Drop your left shoulder and exhale, look over the right. Good. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, wave back down through center. Place hands on either side of your rib cage. Maybe tuck the toes. Everything stays in one long line as we press up into plank pose. So knees or toes, let's hold plank here. Not hammocking the belly down, squeezing the glutes, drawing the abdominals in, and breathe. Good. We're going to drop our left knee down to the mat. As we spin our left foot off to the side of the mat, we'll drop the right heel down and open up into a modified side lunge. Begin to reach that right arm long overhead to really feel a stretch along that right side body. Take a few relaxing breaths in, and then as you exhale, plant the right hand back down. Good. We'll bring our left foot to meet the right in plank pose again, and take about 5 breaths here, building some heat in the core and the shoulders. And then we'll drop our right knee to the mat. As our right foot spins off the edge of the mat, our left heel grounds down. Reach that left arm into the sky for just a moment. As you exhale, see how long you can get that left side body stretching deeply through the side waist. Good. And circle left hand back to the mat. Good. So both knees down here. We're going to take just some regular cat-cows. So drop belly down, inhale. Exhale, curl round up. Inhale, drop belly down, open the heart, look forward. And then exhale, curl and round up, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, pull the heart forward. And exhale, roll chin to chest. We'll come to neutral spine. Begin to stretch your right leg straight back. Square your hips down, squeeze the glutes, and reach your left arm forward. Bring left elbow and right knee to touch as you exhale. Inhale, open up long. Exhale, knee and elbow touch. We'll take one more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, touch. Now, inhale, open up long. Maybe stay here in balance, or reach your left hand back for the top of that right foot. Maybe pull the heart open. Good. Breathe here into this back bend. Strong in the right arm. On your next breath in, elongate, open back up, and place hand and knee back to the mat. Next breath in, stretch your left leg out long and your right arm forward. Exhale, knee and elbow come to touch. Inhale, open up. Exhale, knee and elbow touch. Inhale, open up. And one more. Exhale, touch. Inhale, open up. So again, just stay here and hold the balance, or maybe reach back for the top of that left foot with the right arm and pulling that chest open nice and easy. Listen to your body. Do what feels good to you. Inhale, open up long. Exhale, place hand and knee back onto the mat. We'll walk our hands up, one full handprint, come into plank pose for just a moment, and then sink back into downward facing dog. So if you're not really sure where the hands and feet should be, a good little trick is just to come to plank pose and then sit back. And that's about where we would want to be in down dog. We shouldn't really have to change much. Now you can also, if you feel like the back is really rounded up, you can bend the knees and see if that helps let the back relax and straighten out a little bit more. Then from there we drop the heels and maybe the knees stay slightly bent. So prioritizing the spine over the hamstring stretch. We'll look to the top of the mat. Exhale, walk, step, or hop into sit. And we're going to come into boat pose. So maybe hands grab backs of legs, maybe feet stay on the floor, or maybe hands float to the side. Now, I am not super comfortable with my feet elongated or my legs elongated, but is what that would look like. I'm going to keep my knees bent. Yogi's choice here. As we inhale, lower down into low boat, and then holding it for just a moment. And then as we exhale, keep the spine long, look forward, and pop back up into high boat. Pause for a moment. Good. Inhale back to low boat, squeeze the big toe mounds towards one another. Keep gazing forward. And then exhale, rise back up into high boat. Good. Inhale, sinking low into low boat. Hold. And then one more breath in, and exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Stretch your arms overhead long, extend your toes long. And then walk your feet over all the way to the right side of your mat, and walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. So with your right hand, grab your left wrist and stretch out that left side body. And we'll come back to center, walk your feet over to the left side of your mat, and then reach your left hand around that right wrist as you stretch out that side body. And we'll come back to center with the feet and the hands. Take your arms wide to a T, but place your palms down. We're going to bend our knees up and hug our knees into our chest. So trying to keep like almost a 90-degree angle with our waist and our knees. As we inhale, lower your knees over to the right a little or a lot, and use the strength of your core to come back to center. Inhale, knees drop to the left. Exhale, come back to center. So listen to your back. Find what feels good to you. Inhale over to the right. Exhale back to center, and try to keep those shoulder blades grounded to the floor. Inhale over to the left, and exhale, center. So feel free to stay here. We're going to take a few more cycles. If it feels good to you, we can extend the legs long. Inhale over to the right, and exhale, draw back up to center. Inhale over to the left, and exhale back to center. So we're going to do that 2 more times each direction. Listen to your spine. This is a very long lever on the low back, so if we're not strong in our core, this can be really uncomfortable on the low back. So keep those knees bent, or maybe even just keep the feet down and just windshield wiper blade back and forth. Exhale, draw back up to center. One more. Inhale over to the left, and exhale, draw back into center. Good. Gently hug the knees into the chest. And take a moment here just to massage the low back out. Maybe rock side to side. Good. And then we can keep the ankles crossed or uncrossed, but we are going to take 5 rock and rolls, rocking up and then rolling back. This is 2. Exhale, roll back, and 3. So on our 5th one, we're actually going to come to standing. So this is 4. Now on this last one, we're going to use our strength in our legs and core to pop all the way up to stand. Good, so we'll come into mountain pose. Ground into your feet, about shoulder width apart. Inhale, sweep your hands up high overhead. And exhale, forward fold all the way through. Knees can be really bent here. Let your forehead drop down. Inhale, slide your hands to your shins. Elongate your spine for a halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your heart up high. Hands come to touch overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Maybe hands come to shins. Elongate the back. And exhale, fold. On this next one, we're going to inhale, sweep our hands high, sun salutation. And exhale, forward fold. So moving through a sun A, we'll inhale, find a halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back into plank pose. Take a breath in. As we exhale, we'll lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Find a lower high cobra on your next breath in. And then exhale, wave to the earth. Good. Tuck your toes, gather up your core, push back up to plank, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few moments to breathe. Good. Inhale, walk your hands back to your feet, and exhale. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands high overhead. And then exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, walk your hands to plank pose. Good. Keep your core engaged. Lower all the way to the mat on your next breath out. Inhale, find lower high cobra. And exhale, wave to the earth. Gather up the core, tuck your toes, knees or toes, plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, Breathing here. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, bend the knees. Take a big step or walk gently to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep hands high over your head, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees deeply, keep your hands planted, step your left foot straight back and lower your left knee to the earth for a low lunge. Inhale, rise your hands high overhead, maybe keeping that back toe tucked. Draw your tailbone down, feel a huge stretch in that left hip flexor. And on your next breath out, place your hands either side of your right foot, lift the back knee up, and stretch your legs long for a little hamstring stretch. Good. Inhale, wave your back out long, and exhale, fold. Good. Bend the right knee, draw the back heel down, reach your left hand up, and circle into Warrior Two. Gaze over the front middle finger, find some softness in your hands. And then as we take our next breath in, we'll drop our left hand to our back thigh, reach our right hand up for a reverse warrior. Breathe. Good. Cartwheel hands down either side of that right foot. Spin the back heel up and then reach your right hand high to the sky. Feel a stretch along the outer right hip. Circle your right hand back to the mat. Lightly as you can, step into downward facing dog. Stay here or maybe wave forward into plank pose. This time maybe lowering halfway down into chaturanga. Inhale, coming up to upward facing dog. And then exhale, rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Prepare your feet, bend the knees. Maybe take a big step with your right foot to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your hands high overhead. Hands come to touch. Exhale, gently forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift, and fold back in. Good. Bend your knees, plant your hands down, step your right foot back, and sink your right knee to the earth. Good. Rise up into a low lunge, hands high to the sky. Back toes tucked, draw your tailbone down, and feel a big stretch in the right front hip. Take one more breath in. And then as we exhale, we'll softly place our hands either side of the left foot. Lift your back knee and stretch both legs out long. So depending on your flexibility, your back heel may be popped up a little bit. Good. Waving your back out long and then exhale, fold a little deeper. So we'll bend the left knee here, draw your right heel to the mat, circle your left arm up into Warrior Two. Gaze over that front middle finger, stack shoulders on top of hips. One more breath in, and then as we exhale, we'll place our right hand to our back thigh and stretch that left arm up high to the sky. Keep the heart spinning open. Good. Take a breath in, back to Warrior Two for just a second. Exhale, cartwheel hands down, back heel spins up. Keep right hand grounded as the left hand reaches high to the sky and feel a big stretch along the outer left thigh. Breathe. Good. Take one breath in and then exhale, place that left hand down. Lightly as you can, step to down dog. Stay here or take your next vinyasa, waving forward into plank pose. Exhale, half or all the way to the mat. Inhale, low high cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, look to your hands, prepare the feet. Exhale, bend your knees. Take a big step with your left foot this time to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. This time, sink your hips low. We're going to find a chair pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Good. We'll tuck our tailbone under and engage our core by drawing our navel back to our spine. Start to place your right hand over the left as we hug opposite shoulders. You could stay here if you're really tight, or if you have a half or full eagle wrap here, go for it. Shift the weight to your right foot, pop your left heel up, and maybe just sink into a little eagle wrap by crossing that left leg over the right. Good. Pull your elbows up a little bit higher, and then unwrap your left leg, softly sink into a crescent lunge, a high lunge. Pull your elbows up, take a big breath in, and then unwrap the hands, sweep your hands up high to the sky. As we exhale, we're going to sink our back knee a little bit lower and pull our elbows back behind us. Good. Exhale, squeeze elbows together, make fists. Inhale, exhale, squeeze, pull back. So some fists of fire. Inhale, open, exhale, pull back. And then last one, inhale, reach up, and exhale, row those shoulders back. Good. Inhale, reach up, exhale, plant hands either side of the right foot, and then elongate both legs. Good. Stretching out, wave the heart forward on a breath in, and then exhale, melt over that right knee. Feel free to use blocks here if you need it. Good. So rebend the right knee back, heel spins down. Right hand grounds behind you as you reach left hand up and come into warrior two. Good. Sink low into that right knee as that right knee spins to the right edge of the mat. Look forward. And then we're going to take our right hand to the base of our neck and grab that right elbow with our left hand as we open up into this funky reverse warrior shape, stretching out that right tricep. Good. Sink low into that right knee on a breath in, and on a breath out, release the hands, cartwheel your hands down. Next breath in, as the back heel rises, reach your left hand to the sky and open up that hip. Good. Take a breath in. And take a breath out. Good. So maybe start to roll to the pinky toe edges of your foot and heel toe your right leg to the center of the mat for a modified side plank. Now if that still feels okay, maybe you take a full side plank, either feet stacked or staggered, yogi's choice. Just find a place that's challenging but not too frustrating. And we'll spot the top of the mat, right hand and foot come back to plank, and then an exhale, lower half or all the way down. Inhale, find your back bend of choice. And exhale, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in and take a breath out. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, prepare your feet, bend the knees, walk, step, or float forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sink your hips low, chair pose, hands to heart center. Make sure the back feels good here as you tuck your tailbone. And then left hand comes on top of right as we hug opposite shoulders or find a half or full eagle wrap. Good. Shift the weight to your left foot as you pop your right heel up off the ground. That might be where you stay, or gently lay the right leg over the left. Sink low into your chair. Pull your elbows up a little bit higher. And then as we exhale, grounding into your left foot, we're going to sweep our right foot straight back into a lunge. Pull your elbows up a little bit higher. Good. And then exhale, release the hands as you sweep the fingertips up to the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, fist of fire, pulsing the back knee a little bit. Pull elbows back. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pulse. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pulse. And one more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pulse. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold over that left thigh. Elongate your legs. Pull the heart forward. And then exhale, fold into that left kneecap. Good. Stay here for just a few moments and breathe. And then we'll bend the left knee as we draw our right heel to the earth. Sweep your right hand up high to the sky, and then come into warrior two using the strength of the side waist. Good. Take a moment here, and then as we place our left hand on the back of the neck, we're going to reach that elbow with our right hand. Gently pull open on your next breath in into like a funky tricep stretch reverse warrior. Good. And find your breath. Inhale, open the hands back to warrior two. Cartwheel hands back down. Lift the back heel up and reach your left hand high to the sky. So we'll pause here for just a second, and then we'll start to roll to the pinky toe edges of our foot. Heel toeing our left foot halfway through the mat for a modified side plank, or maybe stacking feet or staggering them for a full side plank. So just finding a place again that's challenging for you. Spot the top of the mat, open the feet and the hands back into plank. Half or all the way to the mat lowers you down. Inhale, back bend of choice, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Inhale, look to the top of the mat, prepare your feet. Exhale, walk, step, or float forward. Inhale, find your halfway lift, and exhale, gently fold. Sink your hips low, find chair pose. Right hand comes on top of left. Maybe go right for the full eagle wrap here. Shift weight to your right foot, cross left leg over right, maybe even wrapping the toes all the way around for a full eagle pose. Now this time we're going to unwrap the leg and stay lifted as we find warrior three with eagle wrap arms. Pull your hands down as your foot lifts up, engage your glutes, elongate your right leg. Pull your hands down towards the floor. Now bend your right knee a lot to easy sink you into a lunge pose. Good. Unwrap the arms, sweep your hands up high. As we exhale, pulse down, fist of fire. Inhale, elongate both legs. Exhale, find a lot of movement this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pulse low to the floor. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pulse. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pulse. Now this time, inhale, reach up high. Exhale, drop your hands either side of your right foot, sink into that lunge. And then elongate both legs. Wave your heart out long, and then exhale, fold over that right thigh. Good. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, spin your left heel down to the mat, bend your right knee, reach that left arm high to the sky. And then we're going to stay low as we heel toe the foot and then the hand up. Keep heel toeing foot and hand up. Keep the right knee really bent as you use the strength of your glutes to lift your left foot up, open your heart. From there, maybe we begin to elongate our right leg into a half moon. Stay here, or more of a challenge, look to your left thumb. This is insanely hard for me to do, so this is my current challenge with my balance. Good. Begin to look back to the mat, rebend your right knee, and sink softly as you can into a warrior two. Good. Elongate that right thigh. Place your right hand to the small of your neck, and then grab that right elbow with your left hand. As you pull, bend that front knee so we're in that little reverse warrior shape. Open the hands back out on your next breath in, cartwheel, hands down. Back heel lifts, right hand to the sky. Come right into your side plank variation. So maybe we take our two peace fingers to the big toe and we try to open that top leg up towards the sky. Good. Then we definitely have one side, most of us, that's a little bit easier than the other. This is my easy side. Good. Gently release the foot, find plank pose. Take a vinyasa if you choose. Lowering down on inhale, low high cobra, upward facing dog, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, look to the top of your mat, prepare your feet. And then we will exhale, walk, step, or float forward. Inhale, find a halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Good. Bend your knees, sink low, chair pose, hands heart center, and then cross the left arm over right, finding your eagle wrap of choice. Weight shifts to your left leg, maybe drape the right leg over the left, maybe find a full eagle wrap. Elbows up high, sink low in the hips. So stay grounded in the left foot. As we unwrap the right leg, it's going to stay lifted as we find warrior three. So pull the heel to the glute and then kick it out long as the hands lower, the foot comes up. Draw your fingers down towards the floor, sink into your left knee a lot, and softly lower into a lunge. Elbows sweep up high on your breath in, exhale. Good, reach up, inhale, and exhale, pulse, fist of fire. Inhale up, exhale, pulse low. Inhale up, exhale, pulse low. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pulse. Inhale. And exhale, pulse. Now this time, inhale, reach your hands up high. Hands down to the mat. Elongate both legs. Pull your heart and hips forward. Good. Wave your heart out long. And exhale, fold over your left thigh. Take a few moments to breathe. As we spin our right heel to the mat, rebend the left knee, circle that left hand up, and then we're going to heel toe your back foot up as you walk your hand forward. Heel toe back foot up, walk left hand forward. Keep your left knee really bent, use the strength of the glutes to lift your right foot up high, and then elongate the left leg into half moon. So staying here, or maybe begin to look neutral or even up towards your left thumb, but keep that right leg lifting high. Good. Rebend the left knee, sink softly as you can to warrior two. Good. Stretch that left leg out long. Take the left hand to the small of the neck. Right hand reaches for left elbow. And then as you bend the front knee, pull open into this reverse lunge shape. Take one more breath in. As we exhale, we'll release the hands to warrior two. Cartwheel, hands down, back heel pops up, left hand to the sky. So again, finding our side plank variation of choice, maybe modified or full side plank. Now maybe take the peace fingers and grab the big toe and lock there, and we're going to lift that leg up high into the sky. So this is my not so great side, which I need to work on a lot. The flexibility of my hip and hamstrings is just not there yet. When you're ready, release the foot, place hands and feet on the mat, plank pose, exhale, lower down. Inhale, find your vinyasa of choice, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. And of course, my neighbor's cat is back to play with me for yoga today. He just loves it. Again, I call him Sushi. I'm not really sure what his name is, but he's got sushi on his collar. Good. Reach your right foot up high to the sky. We're going to come to pigeon pose. So pull your right knee between your thumbs, and your right foot's going to sweep over to the left side of your mat. So square your hips together, pull your chest up. We are going to attempt King Pigeon today, or a variation of King Pigeon. So place your right hand in front of your right shin and try to reach your left hand back for your left foot. So that might be where you stay. Or you're going to take that toe or that foot into the elbow crease. I'm getting a hamstring cramp currently, so I'm about to go right back into it. But you're going to grab the foot and then place the toes in the elbow crease of the left hand, and reach your right arm up and over like we're doing a tricep stretch, but hook into that left hand. And then just really breathe through this intensity. There's a stretch going on in the quads of the left leg, the hips of the right, a big sideways stretch, a back bend. There's a lot going on here, so just find something that feels good to you. When you're ready, just release that back leg. Good. Square your hips forward, come into just a pigeon fold. So maybe you just prop up on elbows, or you stack fists and lower your head there, or maybe even to a block, or just simply resting to the floor. Untuck your back toes and just ease into the stretch. Good, and then we'll begin to lift our gaze, place our hands either side of our right leg. Lift up into three-legged dog, kind of shake that right leg out, walk in place. It's a big, long stretch on that right leg, so just shake it out. And then we'll begin to lift our left leg up high to the sky. We're going to pull our left knee to our thumbs as our left foot comes to the right edge of the mat. Square your hips forward. And again, we're going to try this King Pigeon variation. So walk your left hand in front of your left shin. Reach your right hand back for the right foot. And maybe stay here or roll those toes into the elbow crease. Open up the chest. And once you get your balance here, we're going to reach our left hand up. And then as we reach back, like we're going to do a tricep stretch again, we're going to grab a hold of that right hand. And then try to pull your heart open, maybe look up or look over to the left shoulder a little bit more. Breathe through this big old stretch. I know you're feeling it probably a bunch of different places like I am. Good. Release the hands and the feet. Square your hips forward one more time, and then find your fold of choice. And we'll just be still and quiet for just a few moments. And then gently lift your gaze, place your hands either side of your left leg, lift up into three-legged dog, shake that left leg out, walk in place. And then we are going to make our way into easy seat whenever you're ready. So maybe coming down to the knees, you can cross the ankles and just gently come back into a seated position. And we'll kind of scoop forward to the mid section of our mat, grab the backs of your legs and roll down one vertebra at a time so you're on your back. Good. So just some easy stretches to close our practice. We're going to bring our right knee to our chest, stretch our left leg out long. Keep holding the right knee with our left hand as you open the right arm to a T shape, and then rock that right knee over to the left side of your mat as far as you feel comfortable. Do not stress about the shoulders popping up off the floor. Just find a really passive spinal twist that feels good to you. Maybe the eyes float to close and the breath has slowed. And then we'll roll back onto our back. Bring both knees up to bend and then pull your left knee into your chest as you stretch your right leg out long. Open the left arm to a T shape. Roll the left knee to the right edge of your mat and maybe look over to your left palms. Again, not stressing about finding the perfect shape here, but just finding a passive shape. And then we'll gently come back to center. Bring both of your knees up towards the sky as both feet touch the bottoms of each other. Open the knees out wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Hands rest where they feel most natural. And then we'll bring our legs out long, our hands by our side, palms facing up, feet draping open. Take a big breath in through the nose and exhale, sigh out the mouth. And we'll rest here for our full Shavasana, our final rest, receiving the benefits of our practice. And just gently bringing movement back into the body, wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe stretch your arms overhead long as your toes extend long. Take a breath in and a breath out. We'll roll gently to the right side of our body just for a moment to find a place and a space for gratitude, just to say thank you for something in your life. And when you're ready, we'll come to easy seat. Eyes can remain closed. And we will close our practice by sweeping our hands over our head high, touching our palms together, drawing our thumbs down over the third eye, all seeing, all knowing, and in towards our heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.